Hey guys, this is Jason Morris from Real Estate Agents That Really Work. And what I want to talk about today is, I keep watching agents and I get so many messages from agents, it's unreal sometimes. But I want to talk about how you can add 20 deals to your production a year. Or for some of you, how you can get to 20 deals a year. Because I'll tell you, I feel like a lot of you are just missing it by just a little bit. And I want to lay out a plan. I've been thinking about it. I want to lay out a plan real quick that'll help you guys get there if you just follow the plan, stick to it, and just don't let up. Okay, it's my belief that we have to have a schedule, and God, I talk about schedules over and over again. I'm sure some of you guys are sick of hearing me talk about a schedule, but if you create a schedule and you just follow it 75% of the time, you know, 75% of the time, nobody's perfect. I'll tell you what, I've got a schedule for myself, and man, I bet I don't follow it 75% of the time. But if you follow your schedule 75% of the time, you're going to see results that are going to be amazing. And I'm gonna tell you what to put in your schedule. But most agents just they don't have a schedule. Number one, the ones that do have a schedule, they don't follow it. They show up when they want to, they leave when they want to, they do what they want to. They got in the real estate business because they wanted to have more freedom, but then they're not making any more money, so that freedom is probably going to go away pretty soon. It's hard to have a lot of freedom if you're broke. And so you got to create a schedule and stick with it. So I want to run through with you real quick, making a schedule. Then I want to run through what your daily activities should be to hit this and increase your production by 20 deals a year. So number one, making your schedule. What you need to do, and a lot of agents don't think about this when they're making their schedule, is they need to sit down and talk with their spouse or their significant other and figure out an outline of where you need to be in the next 90 days. And I feel like 90 days is pretty acceptable. I mean, if you got kids and their school functions, man, they I believe schools still do this, but they give you the whole school schedule for the whole year, you know, up front, when the parent teachers nights are going to be, when basketball games are going to be, all this stuff. But you need to sit down, you need to figure out what school functions do you have that you're going to need to attend. What family events are there going to be that you need to attend. If you got any vacations, weekends out of town, things like that. And, you guys should be able to figure it out. If not 90 days, you should at least be able to figure it out 30 days and do this every 30 days. But are you gonna have to take the kids to school in the mornings because your spouse works at a job? Or are you gonna have to pick them up because of your spouse's job? What responsibilities are you gonna have with your family? Because you need to figure this out first, and it's gonna take some energy and some effort and stuff. But you need to figure out your family schedule first because if your family and home life schedule collides with your business schedule, it's going to make things really, really hard. And, too, it's going to create stress. And if you're having a lot of stress at home, it's going to be hard to go to work and deal with that stress and everything too, and it's just going to create problems for you. So figure out your family schedule, what events you have. And, this, like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect. If you have kids, there are going to be mornings that, hey, somebody's sick and you got to take them to school. Somebody's sick, you got to pick them up from school. We're only talking about sticking to the schedule 75% of the time, or better. So it's going to be a lot easier. You lay out your family time first. This is what you've got. If you go to church on Wednesday nights, churches, I'm in South Carolina, so it's tons of people that go to church on Wednesday nights. So if that's a big deal for you, put it on your calendar. Put it on your schedule around it. If you're the thing that I hate the most with stuff is you go on you got something family plan that's been planned for 2 months and or a month or a week or 2 weeks. You schedule an appointment and you have to rush through the appointment and you have to be stressed out. You're not on your game because you got to hurry up and get to some sort of family event, or you've got a family event that's you forgot about something and you scheduled an appointment and they're conflicting. So now you got to choose between one of the two. So number two thing that you need to do in your schedule is you need to list out all of your business commitments. If you got a real estate coach, you need to write down your real estate coaching time. You know what? I can't believe how many agents I see that hey, they're doing one-on-one coaching with somebody and they're missing their coaching time every week. And I hear about it. Or they're part of a group coaching program, and the group coaching program has a live call once a week where you can answer questions and stuff, and they're missing the live call because they had a listing appointment. I mean, listing appointments are fantastic, believe me, but you knew that training call is going to be every week or every 2 weeks or whatever it is. Whatever networking events to go to. There's a lot of agents that are involved with the chamber. There's a lot of agents that are involved with the realtor association. Man, the schedule comes out pretty far in advance. Put those on the schedule. Continuing education. Man, continuing education, training classes. Whatever it is you need to do. Your quarterly tax returns, whatever. I mean, a lot of this stuff is planned far enough in advance that you can plan at least 30 days ahead, if not 60 days ahead. But you need to put all your business commitments down. That way you don't miss any. You don't miss any of them. Number three, you got to put your prospecting time in your plan. Okay, it's got to be there. If you don't plan to prospect, you're not going to do it. Anything that doesn't go into my calendar, I am probably not going to do. So, I mean, I have time scheduled. I have a time scheduled every week to get caught up on my paperwork. I have my prospecting time. I have my general appointment time set up. So, I mean, what I typically do is I put my schedule that, from basically I try to squeeze all my appointments in before like 1 and 5 o'clock. I mean, I'll go on one after 5 if I have to, but I try to be done, with appointments and stuff by like 5:30. So I've got appointment time set up for my whole week. Now, I don't have appointments every week and that, but I know that, hey, look, that's the time that's cleared off for appointments. And if I have to schedule something, I can move it around and stuff. But I have my appointment time scheduled every week. Number four, excuse me. Never set an appointment without looking at your calendar. Because the thing that sucks the most is, you're on a great call with a seller, you're on a great call with a buyer, whatever it is. They're hot and heavy, they're ready to sign some paperwork, whether it's a contract or a listing agreement or whatever it is, ready to do some business, and you say, hey, I can meet you at 5 o'clock, and then you look back at your calendar and you have your kid's basketball game at 5:30 or your kid's football game at 6 o'clock or whatever it is. Anytime you set an appointment, check your calendar first. Make sure you don't have a conflict. The thing that I am so guilty of personally is, I have a listing appointment at 3 o'clock, and then for whatever reason in my mind, I'll set another one at 2 o'clock. No one is going to take me 30 to 45 minutes to get through the appointment. That's saying things go pretty smooth and they don't have a lot of questions. It's going to be like 30 to 40 minutes, and for whatever reason, then my next appointment is 25 minutes across town, and it's the middle of the summer, and beach traffic. You know what I mean? And on a good day, it's 20 minutes away. So, man, I'm so guilty of scheduling appointments too close together and then feeling like I'm rushed. And if I just scheduled an extra one extra half hour later or an extra half hour earlier, I wouldn't be rushed. I wouldn't be stressed out. I'd show up to my next appointment like refreshed and, ready to do business and on my game and all that stuff. So any appointment you set, look at your calendar. Look at your calendar. Don't overbook yourself. So that's the first thing. Do your schedule, add your family time, put your family time, your family commitments, put your business commitments, then put your prospecting time. Okay. And what you need to do is with that prospecting time, you need to go ahead and schedule your follow-up time. And we're going to get to that in just a second, but you need to schedule follow-up time in with that prospecting time. Because follow-up time, honestly, it's like a funnel, and your initial prospecting calls fill the top of that funnel. Your follow-up calls are what works it through that funnel and ends up with a listing agreement or buyer's appointment or whatever it is at the other end. So you need to put your family commitments, your business commitments, You need to put your prospecting time, and then you never set another appointment without checking your calendar first and making sure that you can actually go on the appointment. So, okay, now I've got three things that you need to wrap your head around here. Um, okay, you've got to start making a connection in your mind between the activities that you're doing every day and the results that you're getting. Okay, so if you're seeing you're getting listings and you're steady getting contracts, lots of times we work on a delay in the real estate business. What I'm doing today, I'm probably not going to see results. I'm probably not going to see results or paycheck from it for 60 to 90 days. So we need to make this connection in our mind that the activities that we're involved in, the activities that we're doing daily, are going to lead to these results. Or these results that we're getting right now are because of these activities we done 30, 60, 90 days ago. Okay, we need to make that connection in our mind. And a lot of us haven't. We go, oh, well, I prospected 2 days and it didn't work. Wham, wham, wham. Okay, nobody answers the phone when I call. Wham, wham, wham. You don't need every person to answer the phone when you call. You don't need every person you talk to set an appointment. It is a numbers game. If every person I talk to set an appointment, I wouldn't have time to do this. I wouldn't have time to do this recording for you. I mean, I would be so overloaded. It would be miserable, honestly. But it's a numbers game. Not every person's going to like you on the phone. Not every person's going to set an appointment to you, and not every person's going to answer the phone when you call. Okay, but you need to build that connection that the results that you're getting today are because of the activities that you were doing 30, 60, 90 days ago. So, so number two, you need to remove the options for your day. And this is what your schedule is going to do for you. And I mean, we've all been guilty of this. I'm the worst, like some days, man, if I don't have anything in my schedule, it's like I just wander around all day. I create random things for me to do that are non-productive. Oh, and knowing that there is stuff that I actually really need to do that's going to benefit me. But you need to remove the options from your day. Okay. You need to you don't give yourself a chance to go shopping in the middle of the day. You don't give yourself a chance to do these random things that are not associated with your business. Remove all of your options. If you're not on appointments, you need to be looking for an appointment. You need to develop that mindset. If I'm not on an appointment, my job is to find an appointment to go on. So number three, you need to keep away from distractions. Okay, don't let distractions get in the way of your schedule and what you need to do. Like, I mean, here's a great example. This actually happened to me this morning. I got a seller. We had to change the status of her listing. We had to, contract fell through, and we had to put it from pending back to active. And I don't know why. There's a few agents here that seem to think it's okay to call any status change of listing. So, man, I mean, I could have got. She calls me, want to make sure how freaking out, her house is off the market and all this stuff. I talked to her a little bit. I mean, that could have ended down a crazy road where I'm just obsessed about, man, this agent called my listing. F them. I'm going to file a complaint. I'm going to call them and raise hell about them and stuff. But the thing is, I'm not letting that distraction get in the way of what I need to do today and what my schedule is. I could have easily blown off my prospecting time, blown off my time that I set aside to make these recordings, blown off all this stuff, and went and fought with this agent in their office and stuff all day. You need to be very, very protective of your schedule and your time, not to let distractions that aren't going to matter. Tomorrow, to be honest with you, tomorrow it's not going to matter that this guy called my listing. Yeah, it sucks. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. But it's not really going to matter. It's not going to matter this afternoon. Honestly, once my seller calmed down, I assured her property was on the market. I put out the fire real quick. Honestly, once I hung up the phone with her, it didn't matter. Her house is there on the market. I mean, Two, I probably should have taken the opportunity to price reduce her, but don't let those distractions and just random distractions get in your day. I mean, a lot of people right now, they're getting distracted by, things on the news that honestly don't really matter. And they're not going to affect your business day to day. They're not going to, what Donald Trump is doing is not going to affect what you need to do this afternoon. There's no need to get excited about it. What somebody posted on Facebook today is not something to get excited about. But don't let distractions get in the way of your schedule and the things that you need to be doing. So, okay, I want to talk about your daily activities and other things that you need to schedule and you need to put in your schedule and your plan. Okay, one thing I do is I've got a spreadsheet. I've got a spreadsheet. My spreadsheet is a damn mess. I'm the only person that probably understands it, but it's my goals, and I review my goals daily. And it's what you need to do too. You need to review your goals daily. If your goal is to sell 10 houses a year, 12 houses a year, or 50 houses a year, you need to review your goals daily. Make sure you're going on the number of appointments that you want to go on. Make sure you're calling the number of calls you want to make. Make sure that you're getting the results that you want to get, whether it's with your business, with your personal life, with your physical appearance, whatever it is. You need to review your goals daily. Do it in the morning. Do something easy. Like I got a spreadsheet that mine are on that I kind of track things with. But you need to review those goals daily, whether it's a list you got on your phone. And I keep saying on your phone because I've always got my phone with me, and I think everybody's like this. I heard somebody say this, and I relate with it 100%. I would rather you steal my wallet than steal my cell phone. Go to open a Google Doc that you can take everywhere with you. Something easy. That way you can look at your goals daily, look at the things you want to do, the things you want to accomplish, things you want to accomplish for the week, the month, the year, whatever it is. Review your goals daily. And this is one of the reasons why, because a lot of us, we get, being in the real estate industry, we get offered like some random opportunities. I mean, all of us do, whether it's a new job. I mean, network marketing is the worst. I think we must, there's some trainer out there that says target real estate agents because they're easy to convert or something, but review anytime you run across a situation like that, review your goals and make sure that opportunity fits in with your goals. So, and you just have to do that daily. So, another thing that we need to do, and we all need to be working on and do it constantly, is we need to listen to positive motivational material. I do like to listen to affirmations on YouTube, and I think affirmations are magical, but, there's a lot of people that have a lot of different opinions about that. But I think all of us need to be listening to positive motivational material. And we need to be doing this every day. I mean, every day, because it's so easy to get down on yourself. It's so easy to start beating yourself up. And it's so easy to get in a trap, especially, the world is hard and life is hard and, shit happens. And you need to listen to that material, whether it's Zig Ziglar, whether it's Jim Rohn, whether it's Tony Robbins, whether it's a real estate coach, whatever it is. You need to listen to that motivational stuff. That way, you start thinking positively. If you're listening to positive stuff and constantly putting positive stuff in your mind, you're going to start having positive stuff happen. It's magical. I don't know how to actually explain it, but you need to listen to positive motivational material every day. So here's the third thing that you need to work on doing every single day. You need to practice your scripts, your presentations, your dialogues, and your pricing strategy. And you need to practice going over your paperwork. Maybe you don't need to do this every single day, but you need to at least do it every single week. You don't need to do all these every single day, but you need to practice your scripts. You need to stick with the script. I mean, the magic in a script is using the same script over and over again, because once you've been using that same script over and over again, you're going to start realizing some magical things are going to start happening with it. Well, number one is all the questions. You're going to realize you're starting to get the same answers to the same questions, because honestly, there's not really a lot of variation. I mean, all houses have a roof, all houses have flooring, they have a hot water heater. They either have a garage or they don't have a garage. I mean, you'll start noticing all of your questions that you're asking, you're going to start noticing patterns. And you're going to start noticing the same answers over and over again. And you're going to start noticing the same objections over and over again. Oh, I don't want to pay a real estate commission. Oh, I don't know if I want to sell my house that quick, or I don't know if I want to use a realtor. I don't want to pay a realtor. Whatever it is, you're going to start noticing the same objections. And once you've heard that same objection 50 times, 100 times, it's going to start getting easier for you to overcome that objection. You need to practice your presentation. You need to practice, what are you doing with people when you get to their house? You need to practice it. You might need to make some notes, a little outline to follow. Don't be scared to get you a clipboard and take that outline with you, that you need to follow. Do it. Practice your dialogues, the questions and stuff that you ask. I tell the same stupid stories at every single listing appointment. Every single listing appointment where they tell me about how they're thinking about renting the home, I tell my same stupid rental stories about when I was dealing with tenants and stuff all the time. So practice doing the same dialogues. And I know those stories. I know those crazy stories. If you listen to the top 50 crazy stories that happened to me during my real estate career, yeah, I know that a lot of those stories get the same reaction from people during appointments over and over again. And that's why I tell the same ones over and over again, because I want to know beforehand what the reaction is going to be. It's like I'm psychic. But you need to practice your pricing strategy too. How are you pricing houses? Are you pricing it in a way that is easy to understand and easy to relay to somebody else? Or are you just pulling up some solds and shooting from the hip and hoping everybody gets it? And, or do you have something like crazy complicated? Oh, you've got a sunroom, so we're adding this, but you don't have hardwood flooring and this one does, so we're subtracting this. Some agents have a pricing strategy that's so damn hard to understand, they don't even know how to understand it. They don't even know how they're coming up with the price they're getting, let alone being able to go through that pricing strategy with somebody else. It's almost impossible. If you listen to my For Sale by Owner Master series, I've got my active pricing strategy and what I'm doing there. Use that. It's easy to explain. It's easy to understand. It's easy for you to pull comps from, and people get it. They understand it. Okay. Now we can talk about your other daily activities, your profitable activities. You need to prospect every workday. Every single workday you need to prospect. If you miss prospecting for a week, you miss prospecting for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, man, it's going to be hard. You're going to be rusty when you start back over. If I miss a week of prospecting, I'm even rusty when I start back over. I'm not as sharp. I'm not answering questions as quick. I'm just not on top of my game, So, what you need to do is you need to prospect every day, because you need to be looking for new business every day. You need to be calling, and you need to prospect stuff where if you're cold calling and you're using GL leads, you're calling neighborhoods that you just sold something in, that's one thing. If you're calling basically out of the phone book and you're calling everybody in a zip code, then that sucks. You need to work on business that for some reason this person wants to sell their house. They're either a new expired, an old expired, a for sale by owner, a canceled listing, a pre-foreclosure, or a for rent by owner, a probate sale. I can go list on and on and on. I wrote the book, 53 Strategies to Get More Listings. If you're in a hot market, you need to get creative, you need to buy that book. It's 99 cents right now on Kindle. The Kindle version is. But you need to constantly look for new business, because new business is what fills the top of your funnel. Think of your business as a funnel. Okay, new business goes in the top. Okay, and then your follow-up. Your follow-up is what works those new leads and those meaningful conversations down through the other end, and they end in a listing appointment or buyer's contract or buyer's showings. But think of it like a funnel, and your new prospecting every day is what's filling that funnel. But like I mentioned when we talked about your schedule, you need to follow up. Now, you can get a free trial of my app. It's called JasonMorrisFollowUpMaster.com. Just click on the iPhone tab, click on the Android tab, but you need to follow up daily. You need to follow up daily. Follow up is the key. 80% of sales, look it up online, 80% of sales come from follow-up. Less than 2% of sales come from that first call. Less than 2%. So I will tell you, my business does not come from first calls. Every now and then I get lucky, but my business comes from follow up. As soon as I have a meaningful conversation with somebody, I know that they want to sell their house. They're motivated. It isn't a, hey, I think I want to sell my house. It's, hey, I got to sell my house. And here's the reason. I got a job I got to move to. I'm behind on payments. Whatever it is, I just can't afford it. It's killing me. I'm upsizing, I'm downsizing, whatever it is, I'm moving because of this. Those people that have those real motivating factors, they go into my Follow Up Master app, and I never let go of those people. They either list with me, they list with somebody else, they truly sell the house on their own, or they die. I follow up until something happens with it. So you need to call for sale by owners daily. You need to be real diligent on calling for sale by owners daily. You need to call expireds daily. You know, oh, this is what I tell agents. Be careful with your pre-qualification with these people over the phone. You want to go on as many appointments as you can. Go to as many appointments as you can. If you're visiting 5 for sale by owners a week, you're visiting 5 expireds a week. That's 10 appointments with people a week. That is fantastic because you're not going to get all 10. It's hard, really, really hard to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. But if you're going on if you're previewing 5 FISBOs a week, you're going to 5 expireds a week, and these are people that are giving you a reason they have to sell, and you're going on those a week, you're going to have a conversion. You're going to have a conversion number, But you need to be going and talking to as many for sale owners and as many expireds as you can, because that's hot business. That's now business, right? Okay, you need to contact your sphere of influence. And, look at your sphere of influence. If you haven't made a list of your sphere of influence and you don't have them in a database, you've got Facebook. Facebook is the greatest sphere of influence tool there can possibly be. You need to make sure your Facebook has that you're a real estate agent. Every now and then you need to make a real estate agent type post on it. You can go through and you can message people through Facebook to contact your sphere of influence. You can pick up the phone and call them. I don't recommend mail because I think that there's so many distractions in mail. Like, man, I get so much mail a day that's just junk. Probably 85% of my mail a day gets thrown away. It's insane. So it's hard to cut through that clutter with people with mail. I feel like phone call, a text message, a message through Facebook is a lot more effective than even an email is more effective than a postcard with your face on it. And that's just me. But you need to start contacting your sphere of influence, reminding them you're still in the real estate business, on the call asking for business. Now you can't pick up the phone and just go, "Hey Tom, this is Jason Morris. I sell real estate. Who looking to buy?" You can't really do that. But call them, "Hey man, how's things going? I was thinking about you. I thought I'd give you a quick call. What you up to nowadays?" "Oh, that's great. You still selling cars and so and so? That's great." "Yeah, I'm still selling real estate, man." "Well, I think, well, hey, if I run anybody looking for a car, I'll send them your way, man. If you know anybody looking to buy or sell a house, just give them my number. I'd love to help them out. Thanks, man." So you need to contact Sphere of Influence every single day. It doesn't have to be a 30-minute call. It can be a 2-minute call. It can be a 3-line message. "Hey man, how are things going? What are you up to nowadays?" "Oh, I still sell real estate." It can be just that easy. Just to remind them that you're still in the real estate business. So, okay, now the rest of it, some people aren't going to like, but it's what's going to happen. If you're wanting to add another 20 deals to your business, you're going to need to work on the weekends. And what I'd recommend is you're going to need to set appointments on the weekends. And what I would recommend is making 2 weekend days a month, right? You can do it every weekend day if you want, but I'd recommend adding a couple of weekend days a month and planning 2 or 3 hours on the weekend to make calls. Because here's the thing. Okay, a lot of people don't like to call on Sundays, but I can tell you this. Sunday afternoons, like 4 to 6, 4 to 7, there's a lot of people at home. They're at home resting up, getting ready to go to work on Monday. Saturday mornings, there's a lot of people at home. They're just kind of hanging out, watching TV. Weekends are a fantastic day to call those people that you haven't been able to get in touch with. It's prime time for calling those people. You need to plan to work 2 weekend days a month. Maybe you work a Saturday, maybe you work a Sunday. Okay, and then you need to look at your schedule, look at your prospecting time, and you need to start picking an afternoon to prospect. And I promise you, if you prospect one afternoon a week, it's gonna add business, it's gonna add closings, it's gonna add appointments. I promise you it will. If you add one afternoon a week to make calls from, like, say, 5:30 to 7:30, just 2 hours. Man, just do it an hour if you don't have 2 hours. But one afternoon a week to add one appointment a week. I mean, I'm telling you, there's so many people that are home 5:30 to 7:30. There's people that you will never get on the phone at 9 o'clock in the morning when you're making your initial calls. But 5:30, 7:30, they're home, they're hanging out, they're watching TV, they're getting off work, whatever it is, and they answer their phone. A lot of people, they're not like us. They can't have their cell phone with them, 24 hours a day and all this stuff. So, but you have to, you have to make a sacrifice if you want to add a lot more production to your business without adding cost. And I'm going to tell you, you prospect 2 weekend days a month and one afternoon a week, and your business is going to go to a new level. I promise you. So you need to strive, though. If you want to add another 20 transactions a year, work on going on one extra listing appointment a week. Just one. I mean, you don't have to go on 10. Just really work hard. This weekend days and this afternoon calling, work on one extra listing appointment a week. So if you've been going on 1 a week or 2 a week, try to go on 3 a week. Really try hard. Really, really push yourself. Get more aggressive on the phone. Don't take no for an answer the first time. Try to close for an appointment multiple times on the phone. Oh, Tuesday won't work for you. Hey, how about if we meet on Tuesday at 4 o'clock? That don't work for you? Oh, okay, man. Do you work from 9 to 5? Ask a question like that. When you're on the appointments. Do you work like a 9 to 5 job? Oh, that's great. So would 6 o'clock work for you? That way you got plenty of time to get home and get things situated. With 6 o'clock, what if we set it up for Wednesday instead of Tuesday? Or what if we do a little later Tuesday afternoon? I can do 6 o'clock if that works for you guys. Strive and push for that one extra appointment a week. Just one. Okay. And here's my last point I want to go over. And here's my last thing. Schedule in your week a day to do price reductions on the listings that you already have. Okay, so if you've got 10 listings, okay, call those sellers up. Just, hey, Mr. Seller, this is Jason Morris. I just want to give you a quick call. We're having such and such activity on your house, or we're having no activity on your house, or we're having whatever activity on your house. I was thinking about it, and I feel like the market's telling us that we might be a little overpriced. What do you think about adjusting the price $5,000? Or, hey, if you can only get a $500 price reduction, what's going to happen is all the people set up on e-alerts, it's going to go out to all those people again. It's going to show up on websites. It's being price reduced. It's going to basically get recycled through your MLS's syndication system. But schedule price reductions weekly. Now you don't have to call all 10 people. If you just price reduced a guy $10,000 last week, and maybe you want to give it a couple of weeks before you call him back. If you just did a big price reduction for somebody, give it a couple of weeks. You can't price reduce every week. You can't constantly beat people up on price, but schedule those price reductions. I will tell you, price reductions will make you money. If you've got a listing that's being shown over and over again and you're not getting contracts, there's 2 things that could be a problem. Either it's priced too high or it's the condition of the property. Those are the only 2 things. They already like the location because they're setting an appointment. If they didn't like the location, they'd never go out there in the first place. So there's 2 reasons that your property's not selling and your listing's not selling. It's either overpriced or it's in bad condition. You can always overcome bad condition by adjusting the price. And of course, you can always overcome price by just adjusting price. But those are the only 2 factors. If you're getting showings and you're not getting offers, It's one of those two things. It's either overpriced or it's got some sort of condition. It's got a pet smell, it needs to be painted, it needs whatever it is, new flooring. The yard looks crazy. It's got junk cars piled up in the yard. There's one of those two things is the thing that's holding your listing back from selling. And you think about it, that listing that you just had expire, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, what if you just sold that listing? What would that have done for your production this month? Okay. And what if, if you're having 12 expired listings a year, what if you were price reducing a little bit more aggressively and selling 6 of those 12 a year? Sometimes, hey, not every pricing strategy is perfect. I mean, I list properties, often that, hey, you know what? We listed it for 134.9 and it should have been a 129.9. And typically something happens quick. You reduce it to 129.9 and bam, you get an offer, you get more showings, you get more serious showings immediately. So schedule those price reductions too. And price reductions will make you money. If you got 2 listings and they're not being shown, they are overpriced, they're in bad shape, or they're in a horrible location. And the location and condition can both be overcome by price. So, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll follow all these steps. If you follow this plan, you will add production to your business. Without a doubt, you're going to add production to your business. So, hey guys, hey, if you enjoyed this, subscribe to my YouTube video. Share this video with your friends. Share it with people in your office. Share it with other agents that you think need some help in their business. Share it with new agents. Hey, and look here, if you need new lead sources, RedX, right now, if you call them, tell them Jason Morris sent you. They waived the $150 setup fee. ZBuyer is offering a 20% discount to my group real estate agents that really work. If you're needing new lead sources and, there's not many for sale owners, not many expireds in your area, my book, 53 Strategies to Get More Listings, is available on Amazon. And hey, my app, Follow Up Master, you can get it at jasonmorrisfollowupmaster.com. And it is available, and it is fantastic. I use it myself. I created this app for myself because I was losing people because I would just forget about people. Now I never lose anybody. They're on my phone. It's got text messages alerts that says, hey, Jason, you need to call this guy. And it has their phone number and all their information. All I got to do is click to call, click to email, click to text. You can do it all there, right there from the app. It's simple to use. There's no learning curve. Anyway, guys, I look forward to talking to you. Hey, let me know. Post in the comments. If you have questions, if you have success stories from this really helped you out, post in the comments. Let me know, and I'll talk to you soon.